The Giant's Causeway on the coast of Northern Ireland is one of the UK's outstanding natural features. Its steep cliffs and deep bays form a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
For thousands of years, Ireland has guarded secrets beneath its green hills and rugged coastlines. Ancient stone monuments stand quietly across the landscape, their builders long forgotten, their original purposes still debated. Some have become famous tourist attractions. Others remain almost invisible, hidden beneath fields, cliffs, and forests. But among these mysteries, one question has fascinated historians and archaeologists alike. Why did ancient people create massive stone entrances that remained sealed for centuries? Unlike the dramatic legends often told online, the real story is even more fascinating. Across Ireland, prehistoric communities built enormous stone passage tombs with carefully engineered entrances. These were not random piles of rock. Every slab was measured, positioned, and balanced with astonishing precision nearly 5,000 years ago, long before metal tools or modern machinery existed. One of the greatest examples is Newgrange in County Meath. Built around 3200 BC, it is older than Stonehenge and even older than the Great Pyramid of Giza. Hidden beneath an earthen mound lies a narrow stone passage leading to a central chamber. For centuries, the entrance remained buried and forgotten until archaeologists gradually uncovered its true design during the 20th century. At first glance, the doorway appears surprisingly ordinary. Thick stone slabs form a narrow opening barely wide enough for one person to pass through. Yet every block was positioned with incredible accuracy. The builders even created a special opening above the main entrance, now known as the roof box. For most of the year, it seems completely insignificant. But during the winter solstice, as the rising sun reaches exactly the right angle, a beam of sunlight enters through that small opening and slowly travels along the passage until it illuminates the inner chamber. This remarkable alignment lasts only a few minutes each year. The discovery transformed the way researchers viewed Ireland's prehistoric people. These ancient builders clearly possessed sophisticated knowledge of astronomy, engineering, and architecture. What had once appeared to be a simple stone doorway turned out to be part of an incredibly precise calendar built from rock. But Newgrange is only one piece of Ireland's ancient puzzle. Scattered across the country are dozens of other passage tombs, court tombs, wedge tombs, and hidden chambers. Some contain decorated stones carved with mysterious spirals, zigzags, circles, and geometric symbols, whose meanings remain uncertain today. Archaeologists believe these carvings may represent religious beliefs, celestial observations, or ceremonial traditions, but no written records survive to explain them. As each excavation progresses, researchers uncover more evidence that these monuments were never ordinary burial places. They were carefully planned ceremonial spaces where architecture, landscape, and the movement of the sun all work together. And that raises an even bigger question. If ancient builders could design stone entrances that interacted perfectly with the heavens 5,000 years ago, how many other secrets still remain hidden behind Ireland's ancient stone doors, waiting patiently beneath the landscape for the next discovery? As archaeologists continued studying Ireland's ancient monuments, one pattern became impossible to ignore. These stone entrances were rarely built at random. Almost every doorway faced a carefully chosen direction, often toward the rising or setting sun during important times of the year. Others aligned with distant hills, rivers, or sacred landscapes that held spiritual significance for the communities who built them. This level of planning required generations of observation. Long before written calendars existed, prehistoric people tracked the movement of the sun, moon, and stars with astonishing precision. Their monuments became permanent markers of time itself. One site that continues to puzzle researchers is Nath, located just a short distance from Newgrange. From the outside, it appears to be another grassy hill surrounded by enormous stones. But hidden within are two long passages stretching in opposite directions through the mound. Together, they contain one of the largest collections of megalithic art ever discovered in Europe. Thousands of carefully carved symbols cover the entrance stones. Spirals, concentric circles, diamond patterns, wavy lines, No one knows exactly what they mean. Some experts believe they represent astronomical cycles. Others think they symbolize rivers, journeys between life and death, or spiritual beliefs now lost to history. Without written language from the builders themselves, every explanation remains an educated interpretation rather than a certainty. Excavations also revealed something unexpected. Many of these monuments had been deliberately sealed after they were completed. Large stones blocked the entrances, while layers of earth and smaller rocks concealed the passages from the outside world. This wasn't the result of collapse or natural erosion. It appears to have been intentional. Why would people invest years constructing magnificent stone chambers only to close them again? Archaeologists believe the answer lies in ritual rather than secrecy. These monuments were likely visited only during special ceremonies held at certain times of the year. The entrances may have represented symbolic gateways between the world of the living and the ancestors. Opening the passage wasn't simply entering a building. It may have been considered a sacred event reserved for carefully planned occasions. Irish mythology later transformed these ancient structures into something even more mysterious. Long after the original builders had disappeared, medieval storytellers no longer knew who had created the enormous stone monuments. Instead, legends claimed they were homes of the Tuatha De Danann, Ireland's supernatural beings who were said to live beneath the hills after disappearing from the human world. These underground dwellings became known as Sidhi, magical places hidden behind ordinary-looking mounds or stone entrances. According to folklore, disturbing these places could bring terrible misfortune. Farmers often refused to remove certain ancient stones, fearing they marked entrances to the fairy world. Roads were occasionally rerouted to avoid disturbing old monuments because local traditions insisted they should never be damaged. While archaeology finds no evidence supporting these supernatural beliefs, the legends themselves reveal something important. For thousands of years, generation after generation recognized these ancient entrances as places deserving respect. Even after their true purpose had been forgotten, people instinctively believed the stone doorways protected something extraordinary. Modern technology has begun uncovering even more surprises. Ground-penetrating radar, laser scanning, and aerial LiDAR surveys have detected hidden chambers and buried monuments that remained invisible for centuries beneath farmland and forests. Entire ceremonial landscapes are slowly emerging without disturbing the ground, allowing researchers to map ancient structures that no one knew still existed. Each new discovery reminds us that Ireland's archaeological story is still being written. The greatest mystery was never a magical stone door that opened by itself. It was the extraordinary civilization capable of designing these monuments over 5,000 years ago using nothing more than stone tools, teamwork, mathematical planning, and an astonishing understanding of the natural world. And researchers believe many more hidden chambers are still waiting beneath Ireland's hills, their entrances sealed by time, ready to reveal the next chapter of one of Europe's oldest civilizations. Despite more than a century of archaeological research, experts agree on one remarkable fact. Only a small percentage of Ireland's prehistoric landscape has been fully explored. Beneath quiet pastures, rolling hills, and peat bogs, countless ancient structures remain hidden from view. Every few years, advances in technology reveal another forgotten monument, reminding us that the island still holds many unanswered questions. One breakthrough has come from LiDAR, a remote sensing technology that uses laser pulses from aircraft to map the ground beneath trees and vegetation. Features invisible to the naked eye suddenly appear in stunning detail. Circular enclosures, ancient roads, buried walls, and mysterious earthworks that have lain undisturbed for thousands of years. In several parts of Ireland, these surveys have identified previously unknown ceremonial sites connected to famous monuments like Newgrange, Knowth, and Douth. Rather than standing alone, researchers now believe these passage tombs formed part of vast ritual landscapes where people gathered for ceremonies, seasonal festivals, and community events. Every new discovery changes the picture. Instead of isolated stone monuments scattered across the countryside, Archaeologists now see carefully planned complexes stretching across entire valleys. Stone entrances, processional pathways, wooden structures, and ceremonial enclosures all appear to have worked together in ways researchers are only beginning to understand. Ground-penetrating radar has added another layer to the mystery. Unlike traditional excavation, this technology allows scientists to detect underground chambers without disturbing the site itself. By sending radar signals into the earth, researchers can identify hidden voids, buried walls, and changes in soil density that may indicate ancient construction. At several Irish monuments, radar surveys have suggested the presence of unexplored spaces beneath existing structures. These anomalies don't automatically prove there are hidden chambers, but they provide valuable clues for future investigations. Sometimes, the greatest discoveries come from what archaeologists choose not to excavate. Modern archaeology emphasizes preservation as much as exploration. Every excavation permanently changes a site, so researchers often leave parts of ancient monuments untouched, knowing that future generations will have better technology and more advanced scientific methods. In many ways, the secrets remain protected not by locked stone doors, but by patience. Even inside excavated monuments, surprises continue to emerge. Tiny traces of ancient pollen reveal what plants grew nearby thousands of years ago. Animal bones provide clues about ceremonial feasts. Microscopic charcoal fragments record fires that once burned during rituals. Chemical analysis identifies pigments, food residues, and even the origins of stones transported from distant locations. Each scientific advance uncovers another piece of a story that has remained silent for 5 millennia. Yet perhaps the greatest mystery is not hidden underground at all. It is the people themselves who organized these enormous construction projects. How were thousands of massive stones transported across rivers and uneven terrain without wheels or metal machinery? How did communities pass complex engineering knowledge from one generation to the next without written plans? These questions remain unanswered. What archaeologists do know is that these builders possessed remarkable skills. They understood geometry, astronomy, engineering, and landscape planning to a degree once thought impossible for prehistoric societies. The ancient stone doorways they created were never simply entrances. They marked transitions from light into darkness, from the ordinary world into sacred space, from one season into another, and perhaps, in the beliefs of their builders, from life into eternity itself. That realization may be the greatest revelation of all. The real secret behind Ireland's mysterious stone doors was never hidden treasure or supernatural forces. It was the extraordinary intelligence, creativity, and determination of the people who built them over 5,000 years ago. Every carved stone, every carefully aligned passage, and every sealed chamber stands as a reminder that ancient civilizations often knew far more than we once imagined. And somewhere beneath Ireland's green hills, there may still be unopened chambers waiting quietly in the darkness, not protected by magic, but by time itself. As technology continues to advance, archaeologists are confident that new discoveries lie ahead. Whether they reveal forgotten rituals, unknown engineering techniques, or entirely new chapters of prehistoric history, one thing is certain. Ireland's oldest stone doors have not finished telling their story. History has a way of surprising us. Every generation believes it has uncovered the greatest secrets of the past, only for the next discovery to rewrite the story once again. Ireland's ancient monuments are a perfect example. What were once dismissed as simple burial mounds are now recognized as masterpieces of prehistoric engineering, astronomy, and ritual design. Yet many questions remain unanswered. Archaeologists estimate that countless archaeological sites across Ireland are still undiscovered, hidden beneath farmland, forests, or layers of peat that have preserved the landscape for thousands of years. Climate change, coastal erosion, and new surveying technologies are revealing monuments that have remained untouched since prehistoric times. Some discoveries happen entirely by accident. A farmer plowing a field notices unusual stones. Construction workers uncover a buried wall. Heavy rainfall exposes ancient foundations hidden beneath the soil. Each unexpected find adds another chapter to Ireland's remarkable story. Recent archaeological research has also highlighted how connected these ancient communities were. Stone used in some monuments came from quarries located many miles away, requiring enormous planning and cooperation to transport. This suggests that prehistoric Ireland was not made up of isolated villages, but of organized societies capable of coordinating massive construction projects over long periods. Even more remarkable is the precision of their work. Modern computer models have confirmed that monuments, such as Newgrange, were carefully aligned with astronomical events. The famous winter solstice illumination is no accident. It reflects generations of careful observation and planning. For just a few minutes each year, sunlight reaches the heart of the chamber exactly as its builders intended over 5,000 years ago. That moment continues to inspire visitors from around the world. Each December, a small number of people are selected by lottery to witness the sunrise inside Newgrange. As the first rays of light travel slowly down the ancient passage, the chamber fills with a golden glow, recreating an event first experienced thousands of years ago by the monument's original builders. It is one of the oldest surviving astronomical displays on Earth. Moments like these remind us that archaeology is about far more than stones and artifacts. It is about understanding the people behind them, their beliefs, their skills, their hopes, and the legacy they left for future generations. The title of this story speaks of a mysterious stone door finally revealing its secret. In reality, that secret is not hidden behind a magical entrance or locked chamber. It is revealed through decades of careful excavation, scientific research, and respectful preservation. The true wonder lies in discovering that prehistoric people possessed knowledge far beyond what earlier generations believed possible. They built monuments that have survived storms, wars, and the passing of 5 millennia, continuing to inspire curiosity in everyone who stands before them today. Perhaps the greatest lesson is one of humility. Every unanswered question reminds us that history is never truly finished. Each new excavation has the potential to overturn old assumptions. Every buried monument may contain evidence that changes our understanding of ancient Europe. Some mysteries will eventually be solved. Others may remain forever beyond our reach. But that uncertainty is what makes archaeology so compelling. It invites us to keep asking questions, to keep searching, and to remember that the past still has stories waiting to be told. So, the next time you see an ancient stone doorway rising from the Irish countryside, remember this. It is more than an entrance. It is a bridge across 5,000 years of human history, a silent invitation to imagine the lives of those who stood there long before us. And somewhere beneath Ireland's hills, another ancient doorway may still lie hidden, waiting patiently for the day it shares its story with the world.